Okay, if you are a small or medium enterprise, you have spend a lot of time in tracking emails. Mostly 2 to 3 hours goes in daily to track emails from customer support. And there's a lot of money lost in this. One of the studies says that 11.7 hours are gone in weekly just to track emails. So in this episode, we will try to trigger Claude Code from Gmail. Once you receive a new mail on Gmail, we will trigger Claude Code, and our Claude will create a summary out of it and put it into Gmail for our tracking purposes. So let's go to first into N8N and then into Claude Code on how to do. So our journey starts with N8N first, wherein I've created this small sheet in my Google Drive, which helps in tracking, which will be lead tracking, mail tracking, or whatever we can call it, with date, name, email, company, intent, summary, and status. And what we'll do is we will create one workflow first. This will help us in mapping the a Google Sheet with Claude using an MCP server. So I'll just put MCP server trigger here, and this is fine. We don't need to anything in here, and just click on the next and click on this, and you can go to Sheets tool, Google Sheets tool, and everything in this is fine. What we need to do is we have to pick the operation, which is append or update row. So we will append new and new rows in the Google Sheet. Here we can pick a lead tracking sheet. In the sheet we can put a sheet 1, and this will show up as all the available columns in it that you see, date, everything. Now what we do is we will click on this, let the model define this parameter. We just keep on clicking on this because we want the model to do it. The only thing is, in the date, you can put it that this is a date, just so that the system knows about that. Okay, this is a date. And in this intent has to be a value of lead support invoice partnership. Support invoice partnership. And similarly in the status we have different status, new, replied, follow-up. And the last one was closed. Okay. And that's the whole thing that we need to do. We are good now. Our MCP server is done, and we just click on publish. We have for published. No, I'm not concerned about any warnings. If I go in here, we can go to production URL, copy the production URL, and okay, this I already have tried, but I will give you this as a new server URL. Okay, 1 second. Let's just connect. If you see, we have this new tool here. It has date, name, email, company, intent, summary, and status, which also has this description around it. And it will show something like this. And this is something we have to add in our Claude. Now let's go to Claude and see what will happen on the Claude side. Okay, so we are in Claude Code at the moment, and we have to go here, which is Claude Code, and we have to click on this routines. Before doing routines, we will go to the customize section. In the connectors, we will add this as a new custom connector. So we will say add or append. Append or update new row. We will put this link that we got from N8N, and we will add this connector, and we see these are the tools that are showing up. I will say always allow here, so it doesn't need any permission for me. Now, one thing we also need to do is, since we are reading actual mails here, there are also a way that the one way is that we can put one more tool here, which will say, okay, Gmail, and we can say message, and you get message, and you put the message ID here, which is also thread ID. But otherwise, what you can also do is we can also use this connector by Anthropic, which is Gmail connector, which will also create draft or get thread, list drafts or list labels or search threads. I think this is a better choice if you want to create drafts of your mail also automatically. And I will use this. I will connect these with my Claude. Okay, and which is fine. So, and I will open this. Now, if you see, we have this Gmail connector also. It will help us in retrieving email thread and everything. And I will also do this as always allow. Now we have two connectors done, which is first is your append or update new, which will be for your Google Drive sheet, and the Gmail for reading actual mails that are coming in. See, why we need two is that I will show you in the next part how we will trigger the Claude, but we need these two so that we can read the full email and then push it into the Gmail, push it into the Google Sheet section. And if I go back, and now you have to go to routines in Claude Code, and I will create a new routine and call it remote, because we are using in the cloud, and say that evaluate incoming emails. So instruction is that I want you to evaluate the incoming emails based on the message body, which will have the thread ID and other information of the email. To further categorize and save it in our Google Sheets using the append or update new row MCP server. And I will also write, if you need to read the whole email, please use the Gmail MCP server. I think this is good enough, and I will change this to Opus, which are better. Then I will use call via API, and I will remove all these connectors which we don't need. Send, I will also remove this. So this is two connectors that we need, and call via API. And we will do a create. Now we got a token. So I will go back to now N8N and tell you how to use this token now. Okay, so now we will set up the Claude trigger. Basically, this has been documented by Claude in this documentation also on how to trigger a routine. But we will go over it one by one also. Now, this thing is done. Now we will go back and we'll click on new workflow. And what we'll do is we will take Gmail here, which is the one on message receipt. We will get a notification or something that, okay, you will have received a new mail, and then I want to trigger Claude with that now. And do we want to simplify this or not? Okay, it's fine. So let's do fetch test events. So this is a sample email by Claude. Allow Claude for Gmail access, which is fine, which is the recent email I would have got, which is fine. And now I will close this and I will say I will do an HTTP request now. So we will do a post. That's what Claude says in their documentation as well. Now there are few header here that we have to add, which is Anthropic version, send headers, and this is the one. I will also do Anthropic beta. And I will copy this, add header, and content type is application slash JSON. This is fine. Now it also says that you have to send authorization bearer header. This is the one that we received from our Claude from here. And let's go to authentication, predefined credential type, and just use bearer auth. And I will open this and I will go to Claude, copy this, and I will change this. So I will now do a save. So this is saved and you can close this. So this entire thing is done. What we need to do next is put the URL. Now for the URL, we'll go back to again to Claude. We say done here. And you have this routines, evaluate incoming emails. Then we have API trigger enabled. You click on this and you will get the URL that you need to trigger. That is what you need to do. Now we have to give a body, which is JSON in this case. If you see here, this is the JSON part that we have to do. Basically the text that you want to use for evaluation purposes. See, then the response body, there is nothing other than text. So even though body is optional, but you have to send it with the context, like the initial context for this run, such as alert body or something that you want to send, which is maximum 635 characters. So what I will do is, I will go back to here and I will say this is text, and I will put expression. So this is, I will say do JSON string. It should work fine now. Yeah, I think it should be fine now. Okay, let's execute this. Yeah, so we were able to do it. We have to just put it in the string method. And if we go to Claude, we go to routines and evaluate incoming. Yeah, so it's running. Initialization, use tool search. Okay, it says there are errors. Since column 2 match on parameter is required. Parameter. Okay, it's saying that I forgot one point. Let's go back to this, and this is the one I created. Okay, I will remove this, and No, map automatically. Okay. This is done. Okay, so column to match on should be email. So basically the column to match on is basically there should be no if there is a duplicate value, then either it will, if a new mail comes and was from Mohit.Garg and the same person is already there, then it will change the value of the row that is already there. That is why there's a column to match on, which I forgot to add here, and it should be fine now. I will do a publish and go to Claude, and I will say, can you try to append it again? I think that is where Claude is really good, that it tells you, okay, you missed something, which is fine, and I think it was able to use it now. Yeah, so it worked this time. And if you go here, so it says Google no reply, and Google, or it will give you a summary that notifying that Claude was granting access to some Google account data for this, and which is fine. I think this is fine. So this is how it was able to add it as one of a pointer in your sheet. Now coming back to the actual one, wherein this is the one I created for pooling purposes. Let's say publish, and do a publish, and let's say got it. And what I will do is I will go to my Gmail, and I will say, so this is fine. I will say compose, and I will say to myself only that subject is looking for new opportunities. Like supposedly I saw your video and wanted to check if you can make similar similar workflow for Claude trigger from Gmail. Let me know if you want to connect for it. Like small thing, and regards, Mohit. And I will do send. And looking for new opportunities has been added here. Now if I go to my workflows, and let's go to executions. Okay, I think it will take a minute to come up. Yeah, so this is the one that I did manually, but yeah, so see, this one is new added. It has succeeded. Succeeded means that it has gone to Claude automatically for processing. And go to Claude, and if you see routines here, evaluate incoming emails, and it is running. I will wait for it to complete. And I think it would be really easy for it to do it now, because it has done it once. And it's still running. Okay, I will open it. Okay, I'm not sure why it's still running, but let's go to here. Yeah, see, we have this lead new, saw your video asking for this. So basically this is how you can create your own workflow using N8N and Claude Code routine. There are multiple ways to do it. I won't say that this is the only way, but this is the most effective way to do it. And you can use code also, but this is pretty much fine. And if you have Claude, you can use the existing subscription. I hope you like this video. I know it was a lengthy video, but hopefully it has given some value. If you want to see such videos in the future, please subscribe, and it will really be helpful for me. Thank you.